this is going to be my Viper guide on Pearl. First things first, I'm going to do some walls. I'm going to do defense. I'm going to do some walls, defense. So the first one, or on B, I guess. So the first one to do is this one. It's very simple wall, so it just means that you can be aggressive from B. So you can you split up these two areas, so you can like walk up through here. A bit more basic wall if you don't want to like go aggressive that round. Maybe you're a full buy and they're an eco or bonus or something. So you don't want to go aggressive. You can do a wall like this, and it just stops them from like kind of entering for free. And you can give one this with a snake bite as well as they run through. You know they're coming B. But usually there'll be a smoke here to stop people from getting picked off. Start. Some of the other ones you can do are just like, this is a similar one you'll see to A, where you can do one like this, but bear in mind that this sometimes can help the enemy. And I'll go over that on attack. But you can do one like this too. And then there's also this one way that I do if you're concerned about mid. And that will, yeah, I mean you can get free kills if they come up short, if you know they come up short a lot. And then when it comes to snake bites, I don't really have many on defense. The ones I use on defense, so I usually, if I know for sure that they're not coming short, I won't do this one. I won't do this one way. What I'll do instead is I'll hold on to it, and if they are going to try to plant in one of these positions, then I'll throw my molly and snake bite at the wall here. And it will actually burn people trying to plant. And I've got a couple kills doing this, and I mainly do it on when rotating to A. So what I'll do, I'll show you in a minute when we go there. So this is what it will look like. Bear in mind as well, like this is just like an angle thing. Why am I stuck in the floor? This is just like an angle thing. So if I'm here, then aiming it at the box is much easier than like needing to put it around this. But you can do it. Just like at them as well, like this. It's actually technically better, right? Because I'll be stuck in the molly for longer. But it's just if you have the angles too. Maybe it's not smoked or something, and you don't have those angles. So sitting behind the boxes are a bit better, a bit safer. And that's pretty much on B aside from the Viper pits. So the two Viper pits I do on B is this one. So this one. All you want to do is just sit in this corner and aim the furthest you can out to the middle of like this choke, and you'll get. Actually, wait, that's actually a bit wrong. Sorry, how did I get that wrong? Maybe it's a bit more left. I feel like it's a bit more left. Yeah, okay, this is it. So you should have this here. You should be able to see this corner of this wall. And all it allows you to do is you're just able to see the whole choke point basically. You can sit here and they'll be highlighted as they come through the wall. You'll be unlikely to get spammed because of this, because you'll be able to see where the wall is. People will be spamming this area and not you if you're like sitting like here. And you'll be able to see everyone that comes through the walls of the Viper pit. And I think my other one is my other one is this one. So all you want to do is you want to line yourself up with the back of this like pillar. Go to this wall, and then you can see like you can get one round this pillar like this. And this is a very weird wall. And there's two weird walls you can do on two weird Viper pits you can do on this map. On two of the sites. So you can already see the power of this one, right? It basically controls the whole site. And if anyone tries to plant here, right, then you've got the wall bang you can do, or you can just come through your own Viper pit. So yeah, it's pretty good. And if they try and come short as well, you can also sit in this angle, so you can fit like this. And sometimes people won't realise that this can actually be sat in. Well, like they don't realise someone could be hiding in this corner. So they'll just start walking through. They'll like if they want to go through, they'll just like walk through like this. But you can hold the angle like this. And they won't expect it for you to be there. But if they are aware of it and you've done it like multiple times maybe, or they just know they're aware of the Viper pit, then you may die on the first time, but on the second time you can actually swap it up and you can sit here and wait for them to walk up into this corner. So you can just swap it up on them. Or you can get a teammate to do it too. You can get a teammate to do it. I see a lot in ranked where if the Viper's Viper pitting somewhere, then everyone just goes to the other site. which is honestly not bad usually, but I like to have one person in support. I think is always good for the Viper. So we'll move on from B, and we'll go mid. So when the barriers are up, it's a lot easier to see where to line up. But basically, you want to just line up with the door. Be right against the barrier as well. You just want to aim at this like little lip here, kind of near these 2 grey bricks. And this will be a one-way for mid. So you don't want to ever peek this because that's like a neutral one-way essentially. But you want to be like just using the one-way like normal. So just sit down here or something, or get a teammate to use it. And that's pretty much all I have in this area. I don't really do too much. Actually, wait. There is one more wall you can do, but I wouldn't recommend doing it in ranked. Is not this one. It's like this. The reason why I don't recommend doing it in ranked is because a lot of people don't understand how to use this wall. They're not ready for the angles, the new angles it creates. So they might be ready for like someone to peek this like this doorway, but they might not be ready for someone to like swing this smoke, right? Their crosshair placement will not be ready for it. So just be wary of that. Also, stuff like Phoenixes and KOs can flash through this and make problems, but generally the strength of this wall is like if you can get a teammate to like sit next to it like this, or sit on the other side like this. This one's a stronger angle, where if they try to walk through against this wall, then they're dead basically. And they may end up being a trade, but maybe not so much. But I mean, it's be the situations, I guess. But it is a good wall nonetheless. And then we'll go on to A. So when I'm retaking from B, so when I'm going A from B, a lot of the time, if they haven't planted yet, I'm going to throw a smoke like this, and I'm going to snake bite the smoke, because what it does is it actually hits. Usually it hits there anyway. Maybe I just did my snake bite wrong. So usually okay. I'm just keeping my snake bite wrong. Usually I get it like this. Yeah, I think it's like that. Yeah, there you go. So then it actually hits them here. And they die pretty fast usually. Yeah, that's the problem I was having, right? I was bouncing off the wall, so you just want to bounce off the wall when it lands like just in front. I actually do it fairly consistently when I'm in game, but clearly when I have to be like in the zone to do it properly. But yeah, all you have to do is get a snake bite that lands through the wall and hits default, and it can really put some pressure on someone that's planting default. Sometimes even get a kill. And then we'll look at A. So on A, you may see this wall a lot in champions right now. We play Pearl. I would say a decent amount. And all it does is it controls this area. It stops the attacking team from contesting this orb realistically, and makes them have to retake this whole area, which is a very annoying area to retake because it's very far away from everything else on the map. Because rotating from A on this map is very long. You have to go through a lot of different places. A lot of different places. You have to go like through this massive area to rotate. So them taking this area basically means like they're going to be like A leaning. And if they're like using like so they're using flashes to retake this area, then you can pretty much say like they're probably going to be A leaning this round, at least like in the near future. And it can like tell you like maybe you need to put more people on the A side of the map, or maybe we need to have like a push from B or something. And then I don't think I have any more walls for this area on defense. I also don't have a real orb for defense either. I usually just put it there and just use like a normal smoke. You can also just do the same because if you use the wall there, because if you use the wall like this, you can just put the orb here too. But usually I have someone mid, and I don't feel the need to do it. Maybe that's something I should actually do anyway. So yeah, you can make sure you can try and put an orb here. That's all good. Maybe this one way as well. I haven't tried this box. Let's try this box. Is it one way? It doesn't look like it to me. No, it's not really. It is actually. It is kind of. It's kind of a weird one way though. To sit here. Actually, if you put it right on the, if you manage to find a lineup that's right on the edge of the box like this. Oh, what? Why did I go through? Wait, is this lip of the box not even real? Oh, yeah, it is. Never mind. So you put it on like the edge of the box. Actually, just one way from like this angle. So it's not actually that bad if you feel the need to have a one way for that angle. It's not really that useful. I think that just the normal smoke is gonna be better. And that's pretty much it for defense. I think I showed pretty much everything I needed to, aside from, actually wait, sorry, there is one more thing, the 2 Viper pits for A. So on aim, the first Viper pit is by kind of the more basic one, is to stand on this box and just aim as far as you can towards the stairs. And all it does is it's going to be like the basic one. You should probably ask for a teammate to support you in this one and stand here. So if they try and come through, like the teammate's going to see it. And most likely they're not going to get spammed in this corner. They may end up spamming where you're going to sit, but probably not. So where you should sit on in this ult is on top of this box, and you can see you should stand up. Make sure don't crouch. You should make sure you're standing up, and you can defend from defend art or A link. So the reason why you don't crouch is because you're simply going to be closer to their crosshair, like normal position. Because they're going to be aiming at head height, right? And it's a lot easier to shoot the crouching enemy than it is to shoot the standing up enemy from this angle. Because they're going to be like, you're going to, crouch head is going to be like there, but the standing up head is going to be like here, right? So when they're coming through, it's going to be so much easier for them to like flick from head height to a crouching enemy here on elevation than it's going to be to flick to a standing up enemy on elevation. It's the same thing when you're like peeking heaven in like any map, or like you don't really want to be crouching. Especially if you're holding angles, you don't want to be crouching on elevation. You want to be standing up on elevation. But that's like more of a general thing than it is about this specific spot. I mean, it's just the important thing to note. And the other thing, the other void pit, sorry, is going to be when the barriers drop, you want to run to this corner and you want to aim at 3. I'm not sure what these are even called, like this pattern on the wall. So this massive like pattern, I guess, or like shape. You want to aim at like the end of it and just ult in this corner. This ult is one of the weirdest ults I've seen in this game, but it's actually good. Well, I think it's good anyway. So what it does so far is it's going to block off this area. So first of all, you may notice it doesn't actually block anything until this area, right? So it's not great in that way, but it does a couple things. So if you want to actually have someone, you want to have like maybe they've pushed your Viper ult in a previous range, right? And you may think they'll do it again because they thought maybe it was easy previously. But you're going to do this ult this time. And you're going to have a teammate that's going to sit in this pocket looking this way. And you can also have a teammate that sits all the way down here in this pocket. And it's going to be hard for them to play, basically. You can basically be anywhere along this smoke as well. So them pushing up A like this is going to be immensely risky in their mind, or at least it should be. So it's not like any of these angles are free to them. They have to like retake A and then still be scared that there could be someone lurking in this like weird looking smoke. And you may notice as well, like when I go past this, like you may see like there's a bit of green there. That actually means you're visible slightly. So that means my arm is sticking out. My left arm right now is sticking out the smoke. And to fix that, all you have to do is just turn this way, and you can see like the smoke changes. Because less of me is sticking out, or none of me is sticking out, sorry. This is like the minimum amount of like green fade you can see on the smoke. So on this point, there's nothing of me sticking out, so I can just walk. I can walk this way. And you may notice as well, like this is very thin, like I'm going to be fairly visible for like, a lot of the time here. So this is visible, right? But you may notice if I turn this way, not visible at all. And that actually means I'm not visible at all. I'm not actually visible from outside. So I can actually get through here without being visible at all, and I can get into this pocket. And as a Viper player, I wouldn't recommend sitting in this pocket, or even this pocket, because they're a bit risky. So what I would recommend doing is I'll just have the Viper play like this, play more defensive to keep the Viper ult up, and then maybe you have like a KO or a Phoenix in this one to flash out when this Viper contacts. Could be a good idea. And then you maybe even have just 3 players elsewhere on the map. You don't have to play 2. You don't have to play 3 with a Viper pit. It's a bit risky, especially in ranked, to play like that. And then something else with this Viper pit as well, with these corners, is that because Pearl is a fairly new map, people might not think that anyone can actually sit in here until they've actually seen someone sitting there. So because it's very weird looking, like it doesn't really look like there could be someone in there. For me, it doesn't look like it, but there definitely can be. You can fit someone in here as long as they look at the wall. Because their guns sticks out like this. Because you don't get the green smoke effect when your gun sticks out, but you get the green smoke effect when your body sticks out. So there is actually gun sticking out here, but as long as you face the wall, it's not going to happen. So those people might actually still pre-fire this, so there's a chance like it doesn't work, but it is what it is. But this one's going to be way less chance that someone's gonna do this, just because of the way this smoke is. So someone's going to like bring this smoke, and when they don't see anyone in the Viper pit, they're probably not going to be checking this. To be honest, they probably won't be checking this. So I think this one's like the sneakiest one, but I also think it's the riskiest one still, because someone might still like spam this. You have a lot more of the smoke to go through before you're in like a safer position. So you have to, like, going through here is really, really risky. So you want to be careful using this smoke, using this pit. But yeah, that's going to be defense. So let's go on to attack. Okay, so on attack, let's start with B. So there's multiple walls that I'll do on B. Let's pick up the spike. There's multiple walls I'll do on B. But the best one, the main one, the one that I always do on ranked most of the time, is going to be this one. Because it's just simply going to block the most off. It's very good if you have a sage, but there's another good one if you have a sage as well that I'll show. So this one's pretty good. It just blocks off most of the sight lines. And allows your like sage to cross and put the wall down and then plant. Or it allows it allows like less fights being taken before you go halls. And it also stops anyone peeking halls without getting decayed. So it's a pretty good wall overall. The other wall I do is a very, very different one that you might see in Champions or something, is this one. And the reason why this one is good, it's very similar to, I compare it a lot to the one, the smokes you can do in Haven C, when you're attacking Haven C, where you'll have like a smoke at the end of C long, and then you'd like walk up with the smoke, and then flash out of it and then execute out the smoke. That's what I kind of like compare this one to. So what I'll do is you would just put this up so you don't have to take any fights at the start, and then you would throw your smoke here, and then basically you would put the wall down when the sage is ready to wall this. So the sage walls this, and then plants like this right on the edge. You plant on the edge, right on the edge, like pixel perfect on the edge, and look this way. Then the bomb is really far out to a point where it can get wall banged fairly easily from like tiny, like slightly more advanced positions like this. You can still wall bang the bomb planter from this position. So you want to make sure, like, if you're planting here, you want to look this way when you're planting. It does matter quite a bit on this position on Pearl. And then that's kind of it for the A attack setup. If you want to have like lineups, I don't have all the lineups. I don't have ones for A. I should actually have them, but they are very easy to get. So you know, just look at ID like I default or I default Viper lineups or something. But one for B is really simple. You just go to this back wall. You aim a bit here, and lineups are pretty important for B, especially. So you just want to aim at this sort of tower thing, like grey tower, and just want to aim slightly to the left of it. That's all I do, and then I get it there every time. When it comes to attack Viper pits, it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, especially if you want to do, if you've done I'll just do the quick version of this wall. So if you've done this wall, you can actually use this wall to walk up like this, and then you can ult through it, and then you put the wall down, and then you could like plant like this, right? Or you could plant very close to this, and then this wall is going to serve another purpose, right? You can actually split up your Viper pit, so you can like sit on this side of the wall with the Viper pit as well, and it can make it very awkward for the enemy team. Like they have to spend more time clearing through this wall inside the Viper pit, so they're decaying even more than they would be if it was just the Viper pit. That's also like another thing to stress with this wall, is that it's like really, really good, and it's like delaying them in the Viper pit. That's gonna be it for attacking A. When we're going through mid, I don't really do too much when we're going through mid. There isn't like a massive amount of things I'll do. Usually I'll just I won't even wall that. What I'll do is if we're walking through art or working through art, I'll place this here so my teammates can get through. And then eventually when my teammates are through, they'll probably be planting the bomb. Then I'll be running back and I'll be taking back my orb. And then I'll put it where they're planted, and I'll wall like this. So I want like this, and I want them to plant. I'll tell them to plant here like this. So if the bomb is like this here, and we got the orb there too. I'll do a lineup from art. So this lineup is pretty random and pretty good. So you want to line up with the bottom of this staircase. Bear in mind you are exposed to this area, so it isn't the safest lineup. I know you can see. I might get an op for this actually. You can see like this little I don't know what it is, like a little brick that's like sticking up. And there's also this big brick here in front. And what you want to do is you want to line up with the top of this big brick, or sorry, this little brick. And you just want to go about halfway down. Sorry, just above halfway down this big brick. And what that'll do, okay, well, got that. It is actually halfway down. Okay, so it's fully halfway down. I actually thought it was a tiny bit. It's still above slightly, I think. As you can see, it's a bit pixel perfect, or it can be. I think it works to work halfway down too. Yeah, it does. Okay, so yeah, it's a bit halfway down the brick. And what you can see, you can probably see it on my thing, is that it's going to hit sort of like this area, right? So if it's planted here, then it's going to be a pretty valuable lineup. I'm trying to drop it in the correct spot. There we go. So you can imagine, like in a 1v1, 1v2, this can actually be pretty good if they're not going aggressive on Arthur specifically. Then you can put up this, and one of the best parts about this, lineup is that it looks like that it came from A main. So it looks like you fired it from this angle, or like from like here or something, instead of like through the window, unless they can actually see it coming through the window. So I think it's a really strong lineup, and you can also see as well, like this wall also helps my teammates like keep the sight. And then next we have going through doors, and it's just simply I'm going to put a smoke down so we can cross, and then I'm going to do a wall like this, and what I'll do is it will actually smoke off both like this. Oh, I just realized I've left my fuel on. But yeah, it will smoke off both, so we're about to control the site, or get control of the site and keep control of the site. This one's actually one of the best walls for actually keeping the site post plant, because it just simply doesn't let them in. What you can also do as well, but this is a greedy play, so I won't recommend doing it very much, is that when you've got when you've put this orb down, you can run and pick it up when you've crossed, if you're the last one to cross, and then place for the one way if you want to. And that way you've got like pretty good coverage, like of where they can come from. Actually, wait, I didn't go over A, did I? Did I go over A? No, I didn't think I went over A yet. Okay, Jesus, that couldn't be a bit short for a second. Okay, so I'm just going to show the basic one, which is this one, and then I'm going to aim at this. You can see the scaffolding. There's like this little bit here, this little like top of like the scaffolding where it's got like a little square. You just want to aim at it and then go slightly to the left, very slightly to the left. And it will land right on the stairs, and so you've actually got a good way to take the site. And then once you've planted, obviously you can also do this plant and then like run back all the way around and do the lineup I've showed. Or you can maybe if you have your ult up, maybe you want to plant here, and then you can ult from this corner. And what it will do is actually, sorry, wait, one sec. Don't know if that was on the corner. It's a bit forward from that corner. You want to aim like this. Sorry, I did do it recently. I just wanted to know. I think I did it. I thought I did it from the corner, but I didn't. So it blocks off this area, and stops them from merging these two areas, so they can't get around you. Yes, that's gonna be the end of the video. If you like the video, then give it a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And feedback in the comments is always appreciated. So yeah. Thanks for watching, and I will see you hopefully in the next one.